client?
Today, the primary purpose was to advise him of what his rights are, his rights to bail, what the nature of the charge against him is, what kind of sentence it potentially carries with it in the event he were convicted, and to go over basically criminal procedure and how it works. We spent quite a bit of time talking about the difference between a typical murder charge, and which usually requires knowing or intentional conduct. He's not charged with that. He's charged with a form of murder known as depraved indifference. And one of the things you need to know about that, an important part of that, is included in that definition is what's referred to as criminally negligent manslaughter. So normally that means that a jury would have the option of finding him not guilty of depraved indifference murder and finding him guilty of a lesser included offense if they convicted him of something. So we did not really get into detail today. I don't have, other than the arrest affidavit, I don't have much in the way of the state's case. I do anticipate there will be a forensic evaluation of his mental state. I know there's been some history, at least in my client's case, can't speak for the other one, of some mental history problems in his past. So we will be in due course evaluating all of that.
What kind of mental issues would you say?
Well, I know that he's had learning disabilities and he was in special ed classes throughout his youth. I don't know much more than that about it. I didn't have a lot of time to talk to him today, but I did get into some of that with him.
Do you know anything about the nature of their relationship? It seems like there might have been some domestic issues before, and they said that he had domestic issues in the past.
There was no convictions for any kind of domestic assault except for one, apparently from the year 2000, and I was not aware of that until I heard it in the courtroom. And I don't know that it even involved his wife, so that's the only domestic violence I'm aware of.
But it did not involve her, Sharon.
I don't know the answer to that. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Do you think these two defendants will be joined at some point?
They filed a motion to join already. I anticipate we will evaluate that as we get the discovery and then make a decision as to whether we're going to oppose it. They also filed a motion for what's called the Title 15 exam, which I, at this point, will oppose. And that's an evaluation the state wants done by the state to look at their mental health status. We'll be doing our own before we would ever agree to that.
Was that request made for Julio as well as Sharon?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.